that.
Hey, Coach. Mike came in here and said you'd be hard-pressed to find a better candidate for National Player of the Year than Doak. Just curious what you think about a comment like that from another coach.
Well, the thing about it, well, it's a nice compliment, and if you look at Doak over the last recent games, you could certainly make a case for that. So hopefully he'll keep on this uptick and keep building off of it, and if that's the case. And you know, if we win, then maybe he will start getting some recognition for that. But you know, I still think it's, you know, I'd like for our guys to be in the game for all postseason accolades, but you know, we still got to win 3 games now before we should even think about that.
After that game on Saturday, how did you feel about their focus tonight, showing up, just the short turnaround and all that?
Concerned, but after the game started, you know, we weren't good early, and we were ahead 12-10 because we made 4 threes, didn't even challenge the rim, and then, you know, after that we guarded them pretty well. I thought, you know, holding them to 25 at half, and they made 2 threes off of just silly mistakes that I thought we could have eliminated. So I thought we did a good job defensively the first half. And second half was pretty good about the first 10 minutes also.
For Doak to do that in 24 minutes, I'm sure you loved giving him the rest, but those are big numbers in that short amount of time.
Well, he didn't get a lot of touches early. You know, the only way he scored early was from the free throw line, and so that was good to see. But yeah, 24 minutes isn't a lot of minutes, but it was nice that we were able to cut down the minutes on everybody tonight because the guys are tired. I mean, that Dot was, you guys can see, that's the least energy I think Devon's played in the game this year. No energy at all, but still played okay. Don't get me wrong, but still it was a different type of feel for those guys. So that was more of an efficient win than it was, you know, a high octane win.
Coach, you talked about, I think last week you said you just want to get through these 2 games. You got through them 2-0. I know you just talked about it, but will these guys get a rest, or how tired, are they?
Well, they're mostly tired. You know, a lot of teams are tired this time of year, but we'll take off tomorrow, and then it'll remain to be seen what we do on Wednesday. We'll do something on Wednesday, but Dot and Doak and Marcus and Oj, I may set them on Wednesday too. I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see how they're feeling, or just shoot maybe. But we got to be prepared going to Manhattan on Saturday.
Coach, when you look at what Doak has done the last couple of ball games, when I asked him earlier, he said that he's more concerned about his defense, and that defense is making his offense better. What do you think about, you know, his comments about that, but also the fact that he goes 7 of 8 from the free throw line tonight?
Yeah. 7, you don't see that very often. It goes 7 or 8. One of them's a bank, and another one's an air ball. But no, they were soft. I mean, yeah, he looked good from the line, but you know, we've been trying to tell Doak all along he can dominate a game without having to get a lot of touches, and that's the case. He's quickly becoming as good a defensive center. You know, he's the best defensive center we've had since I've been here. We've had some pretty good ones. You look at Withy and look at Cole, but he's the best. And you know, the way that even when he's not in the game for a short period of time, how many more opportunities the other teams get at the rim. You know, when he's not in there, it's not really anybody's fault. It's just that he can do some things physically that nobody else can. And but you worry about the right things, you'll score more points, and that's what he's doing.
Do you believe him that he doesn't care about offense?
I think he's gotten to the point where people have recognized him for what he brings to the table athletically. And if he plays to his athletic ability, that's how he'll get paid. He's never going to get paid by shooting 15-foot fadeaways or whatever. That's not who he is. So can he guard a ball screen? Can he get out of a ball screen? Can he protect the rim? Can he rebound outside his area? And if you can show people you can do those 4 things, then I think he's got a really good chance to make it. If he doesn't, then he won't. So I'm excited that he buys into what's most important.
Does it mean you've gotten through 2?
Well, I don't know if it's me as much as it is the situation. You know, the best thing he can do is show people how athletic he is. And I think he's doing that. You know, we put him in some situations where he switched a lot of ball screens late clock, or you know, he's helping and getting back. He's getting out of the ball screen like he did against Baylor. I mean, he's doing some things that the NBA people have told him that he needed to do. So I don't think it's as much us as it is a combination of a lot of people understanding that, you know, just because you can catch it at 2 feet and jump up and dunk it, that doesn't necessarily translate to NBA points. Just like does it translate to NBA points on shooting layups, because at that level you don't get layups, you know, as easy. So or a high school kid is being guarded by a 6'4" kid and he's 6'8" and he dominates the rebounding. That doesn't translate a lot of times. And so, but what he does translates when he plays to his athletic ability.
Doug said he hadn't seen his brother in a long time.
Eight to 10 years.
What did you think about him being able to see him?
I told Doug first thing, I met his brother before and then talked to him a lot afterwards. And I told Doug right before we went out there, I said, Doug, I'm glad your brother's here, but I just met him. I said, he's a lot better looking than you are. I said, but maybe you'll grow into it. I don't know. But he's a big dude too. But that was cool to see. You could tell that they were happy to see each other.
He got 1,000 points tonight.
I forgot about that. We didn't even mention that.
Yeah.
Our SID did not remind us after the game that happened. But
Second free throw, by the way.
Yeah,
that helps a lot now.
but you called him a sophomore and a half the other day, and 1,000 points in that short a career.
Yeah, for a guy that doesn't, you know, he's got
Shoot.
500 of them on dunks
Yeah.
or more. So yeah, that's great. I'm happy for him. Of course, it's not going to, you know, there's been a lot of guys score 1,000 points in his career, but there's been nobody score 1,000 points in their career from closer to the basket than what he has.
So being number one again, I know it's not really relevant right now, but does it mean anything? I mean, especially the way you guys earned it?
I do think we earned it. But I would say it like watching because I watched the game Saturday, watching San Diego State and watching Gonzaga play, it didn't matter to me who won those games. So if somebody else was number one, I'd be okay with that. I think that we put ourselves in a pretty good position that if we take care of business, and that still remains to be seen, that we're going to be in a favorable spot from a seeding standpoint. But we're still a long ways away from taking care of business. So, you know, you saw what happened Saturday. That could obviously happen again this Saturday. You know, so we gotta stay on top of it.
Yeah. What did you see from Ota offensively tonight?
A lot better, aggressive. Shot a couple balls right off the bat. Got the first one I think to go down, but I thought he was a lot better offensively. And defensively, he's been pretty solid and good basically all year long. But tonight he was different. He was different offensively, much more confident.
And how important is it to get that type of stuff from your role guys these next 3 games, or in and out the regular season?
I don't have my glasses on, but if you know, those guys, you're talking Christian, Ochin, Isaiah, you know, if those guys can go 7 of 14 from 3, although you know, you're not going to do that all consistently, but you know, that gives us a whole different element on how you have to guard us and things like that. So that's pretty important. And then, you know, Dot still had to make shots. And you know, he made shots the one game, and potentially he's as good a shooter as we have. So I think that we got to have that. You can't rely. Puts too much pressure on your defense when you can't shoot or don't make shots. I shouldn't say can't shoot, don't make shots. So you know, we don't have to shoot it great, but if we could be around that 35% from 3, I think that would certainly bode well for us.
Down the stretch, you went back to an earlier rotation we've seen with 2 bigs on the floor. Is that something we'll see more, or was that just kind of a circumstance?
No, it was just something I thought I would try to look at it a couple of possessions. But the biggest thing is I was just trying to rest our guys. So and to balance the minutes out a little bit. So that was the only reason why we did that, even though I did want to see how it looked. And, you know, it didn't look bad. It didn't look good. But it didn't really hurt us by doing that.
All right,